My name is Katelyn Hecker, and I'll be teaching the Tompkins strategy number 26, which is open mind portraits. Good morning, boys and girls. Yesterday we read a story from your Common Core weekly reading packet. Who can tell me what that story was about?
It was about a guy named Johnny who liked to work.
What kind of work did he do?
He mowed lawns.
Yeah? Have you guys ever had to mow during the summer?
No.
No, you've never mowed before? Caleb, have you ever mowed before?
Yes, I do all
Is
the
this
work.
something you like doing?
No,
Do you like doing it by yourself? Or would
No.
you rather have somebody else help you?
someone else.
Okay. And was Johnny the same as you?
Yeah.
He liked working by himself?
No.
Yeah, he did. Who was his neighbor who helped him?
Joe.
And did Joe enjoy working?
Yes.
Yeah? What happened to Johnny that caused Joe to help him
He sprained his leg.
while he was mowing? Good job. Those were all answers that you guys put on your Venn diagram from the other day when we read our story. Before we start on our Tompkins strategy, we're going to go over the vocabulary because there were some pretty tricky vocabulary words in the story. So I made up some crossword puzzles for you guys to do, and you'll have clues or definitions from what the words are. And if you need help, you can go back to your story and look for context clues. So I'll go ahead and have you go through these. And before we start, I'll have you read off the words at the top. So Caleb, start with the first word.
Content.
Jacob, what's the next one?
Sprained.
Caleb?
Solitude.
Treasured.
Caleb?
Peculiar.
Peculiar. Good job. Jacob, what's the next word?
Distraught.
Awesome. Caleb?
Diligent.
And Jacob, what's the last word?
Delighted.
Delighted. Good job. So I'll have you guys go ahead and work on those for a little bit, and then once you're done, we'll go over your answers. So go ahead and start with putting your name at the top. If you need help, you can always find the word back in here and use the context clues to help you with the definitions. Make sure you're spelling the words correctly because that's important with crossword puzzles. Looks like you guys are getting pretty close, so I'll give you a couple more minutes. Okay, let's go over our answers. So, Caleb, what was your number one?
Peculiar.
Okay, can you read the definition for peculiar?
Strange or odd, considered unusual.
Awesome. Jacob, go ahead and give me 4 across.
Sudden and sprained.
Okay, and what was the definition for that?
Sudden and painful twist of a joint that causes stretching and even tearing of
Ligaments.
ligaments.
Have you ever sprained an ankle or sprained your wrist?
Yes.
Yeah, not very good. Caleb, go ahead and give me 2 down.
Content.
Content? Yes. What is the definition for content?
Satisfied with what one has and doesn't anything more.
Doesn't want anything more. They're happy with how their life is going. They're pleased with everything they have. Jacob, go ahead and give me 7 across.
Distraught.
Good job. And what was the definition for that?
Distracted and annoyed.
Good job. Caleb, go ahead and give me 3 down.
Diligent.
And what was the definition for diligent?
Steady and hardworking.
Who was the diligent worker in our story?
Johnny.
Good job. Jacob, give me 8 across,
Solitude.
which is what?
Being alone or not included with others.
And who was the one who preferred solitude from our story?
Johnny.
Good job. Caleb, give me number 5 down.
Delighted.
And that means?
Highly pleased, excited, or energetic.
Good job. And Jacob, 6 down,
Treasured.
which means what?
Valued and considered precious.
Good job. So I'll go ahead and collect your crosswords. You guys did an excellent job with the vocabulary. And now we're going to move on to the main lesson, and that is our open mind portraits. And with our open mind portraits, one of you will be drawing Johnny and one of you will be drawing Joe. So who would like to draw Johnny by raising your hand? Okay, Caleb, you can draw Johnny. So this will be your Johnny portrait. And Jacob, you will draw Joe. So before you start, on the front page there is your portrait, and you'll go ahead and illustrate Johnny of how you think Johnny would look in real life. And then on the back, you can go ahead and draw little pictures of what Johnny or Joe did and use descriptive words from our crossword puzzle that describe Johnny and Joe. So if you need your crossword puzzles back, go ahead and ask for them, or you can just use a story for context clues. So go ahead and sketch with your pencils first of what you think they look like. I know there weren't very many descriptive elements of their facial features. And once you're done drawing their facial features, you can go ahead and use markers to color in. I like that you gave Johnny a hat. I feel like if he was working outside, he'd definitely wear a hat to protect himself from the sun. A couple more minutes, then I'll have you guys go ahead and start on the back with descriptive words. Okay, go ahead and finish up with your markers and then we'll move on to the back. Okay, let's go ahead and close up our markers and start working on our back. So remember our descriptive words. Be sure to include some of them off of our vocabulary crossword. Be sure to describe what he treasured though. What other words can you use off of here that describe Johnny? Awesome. Give me a couple more descriptive elements and then we'll go ahead and share. What did Joe do? Alrighty, finish up your last sentence and then we're going to go and share. Alrighty, we'll start with Johnny. So, I like your illustration of Johnny. I like the use of the hat. I think I would draw Johnny with a hat too if he's working outside, maybe some sunglasses to protect his eyes, right? On the back, what did you write for us?
Johnny liked to mow grass.
Good job. What else?
He sprained his leg.
Good job. And what was your last point?
And he liked his solitude and being alone.
Good job. I like the use of your 2 vocabulary words. That was very nice. We'll move on to Joe. Joe looks like a very young individual, like he was described in the story. What did you put on the back?
Joe was treasured when he helped Johnny.
Very nice. Johnny definitely appreciated his work.
Joe was delighted to help Johnny mow the lawns.
Good job. Nice use of the vocabulary words. And what was your last point?
Joe was a very diligent worker.
Good job. You guys did an excellent job with these. We'll go ahead and hang them up in the classroom and then continue on in our Common Core Weekly Reading Packet tomorrow. Good job, guys.